Hey my lovely human beings, it's your girl Blessing and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're actually going to be talking about a Korean drama which I'm super excited for because I really love Korean dramas, and it's the Netflix one that's currently showing called Record of Youth. So if you have Netflix, please watch it with me because that's what I'm going to be talking as it comes out. So Record of Youth follows two characters, hye-jun and jeong-ha, as they pursue their dreams in entering the entertainment business. So jeong-ha wants to be a successful makeup artist while hye-jun wants to be an actor. Now, if you already seen the poster for it, you'll see three characters because technically we're following like three different people. Honest to God, like that third person storyline has been so like boring to me, lackluster, not giving me life, that it really is focusing on two people, and that third person is more like adding on to hye-jun, just stating facts, okay? So one of the reasons I actually got into, sorry if I'm talking fast, I just don't want this video to be super long, but anyway, one of the reasons I really wanted to watch this was because Park Bo-gum was in it.
Wow.
I actually watched I watched him first in Nair, I think that's what it's called, Nair Cantabile, which is a Korean remake of a Japanese manga called Nodame's Cantabile, which I really love. And I don't even think his character actually existed in the manga. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. It's been a while since I watched Nodame's Cantabile. But anyway, I remember him in that and I really liked it. It was such a sweet story. I really enjoyed it. And he's an excellent actor. Then there's also leading lady, her name is Park Sol-tam, and she was actually in the Oscar award-winning movie called Parasite, which had best winner of like best picture, best director, best screenplay, and best international movie. So I'm just like, that is heavily stacked, my girl. So those are just some of the reasons why I'm excited to watch this, or excited to be talking about this. So how this video is going to work, I will quickly do a recap of everything if you haven't watched it or you just need a refresher, and then I'll go into my review later. I'll also put a timestamp either on the video itself or in the description or in a comment, just so that if you already watched it and you're fully aware, you can just go right into my review, my thoughts, my opinions, whatever came through. Now right into the recap. So in this episode, we first see hye-jun through his audition tape for a role he is vying for. The director liked him, but others wanted a different person. We see hye-jun on the bus worrying about money, and it cuts to him at his agency requesting to get money for his previous gigs. The CEO says the company isn't doing well, but hye-jun says cut the BS. Essentially, this man has been taking advantage of hye-jun's kindness for over 7 years and hasn't been paying him on time. Yikes! When he gets home, his mom takes him aside to tell him that he's been drafted into the military. He explains that if he gets the role that he auditioned for, he'll postpone the military draft, but if he doesn't get it, he will join. We also find out that his family, mainly his dad and brother, are very critical of his dreams and have made it clear that they want him to go into the military to complete his mandatory 18 months. And it doesn't help that his older brother has found a quote-unquote good job, and they're always being compared to one another. We meet our leading lady, jeong-ha, in the salon with an upset client. Her superior, Jin-ju, is late, so the client wants jeong-ha to do her makeup. So she does what is requested since the client is quite important. Problems develop between her and Jin-ju because of it, and Jin-ju said if she steals another client again, she will humiliate her. Later, the owner of the salon gave her an opportunity of a lifetime to go help out during a fashion show where hye-jun will be. But unfortunately, she will be working under Jin-ju. While talking to her friend, we find out that she left her previous office job to pursue her dream of becoming a makeup artist. She also discloses that she's a huge fan of hye-jun, and that's another reason why she's excited for the fashion show. Finally, fashion show day arrives. Fashion dude, or that's who I'm going to call him, looks at hye-jun a little too long for my comfort. Hye-jun and hae-hyo, aka third main character, go to get their makeup done, and shocker, they go to Jin-ju and jeong-ha out of everyone else. Just saying.
Anyway, they finally meet, and after getting his makeup done, hye-jun feels that jeong-ha is very cold because of how quiet she is. Personally, I think she's just overcorrecting her fangirl self, because I would do the same thing. At least I think I would. Hae-hyo's mom calls and tells him to come outside, but his makeup isn't done. Unfortunately, Jinju has just been called away, so he asks jeong-ha for help, which puts her in a pickle. Jinju, of course, doesn't want her stealing any more clients. Hye-jun starts criticizing her for being too cold and not helping a client out. So to avoid making Jinju into the bad person, she decides to help by doing Hae-hyo's makeup. This quickly blows up in her face when Jinju finds out that she has yet again stolen a client. Jeong-ha leaves to recover from the interaction and begins to cheer up by looking at photos of hye-jun. It ends with him walking in on her and asking if she is his fan.
Okay guys, now time for the review. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off with my dislikes and then go on to my likes to leave on the positive note. So one of my dislikes obviously is hye-jun's, like, his ex-agency basically. The owner, the fact that he wouldn't pay one of his talents on time blows my effing mind. He kept blaming, oh, the company's hurting, we don't have money, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you should be able to pay your talent. Like, what are you paying for? Bills? And then you have nothing left over to pay your talent? Like, how does that make sense? And me as a business student, like, that just, like, it irked the crap out of me. I'm like, pay your people. Pay them. And then he was trying to reason it by saying, like, oh, if you need to be more cutthroat in this business. That's why you're suffering. So it's really, like, your fault that I'm screwing you over. No, you're bad. That's why you're bad. Like, don't blame the victim. Another character that annoyed the crap out of me, like, this is just me talking about the show in general. This is not so much about me, like, critiquing the show. I'll talk more about a critique later, but I did not like Jinju. Is that her name? That's the superior for jeong-ha. She was just so unnecessarily spiteful. Hye-jun and jeong-ha have, like, both have someone who is just, like, out to get them. The reason I don't like Jinju is that she doesn't take accountability. She was late in meeting a client for their appointment, and so obviously the client was like, I want someone who's here to do it because I don't want to wait. Common sense. Why was her first thought was like, you stole my client? Am I supposed to say no to a very important client so then the business is screwed over? Like, how does that make sense? I don't get it. If someone gets it, please tell me, because she seems selfish to me and she lacks accountability. That's why I don't like Jinju. The audacity. Coming in late and it's like, how dare you steal my client? Like, are you kidding me? Come on, time. The next person that annoyed me, Hye-jun's family. By Hye-jun's family, I mean primarily, like, his brother and his dad. His dad always seems like he's out to attack him for no good reason. Like, why? The favoritism is so evident. Like, what the heck? They're all literally celebrating the older brother getting a job, which should be celebrated. It should be applauded. It's great. But, like, why do you have to always, like, go in at your son? Like, I don't get that. It does nothing. Like, you're literally venting. Like, go see a therapist, please. Another thing I didn't like, I don't really like hae-hyo's character. So hae-hyo is the third character who is, you know, also pursuing his dreams in entering the entertainment industry. The only difference is he has what is called a silver spoon, like a silver spoon in his mouth, meaning he comes from an affluent family. He's rich. His mom has been secretly helping him out by seeing, like, very high executives, having dinners or lunches with them and whatnot. That's not bad. Like, I just find hae-hyo's character boring. We literally see jeong-ha and hye-jun do things to try to, like, better their situation, right? And hae-hyo keeps saying, like, oh, I want to make it into the entertainment industry on my own. And when we see him, he's already basically successful. I'm just confused because, like, I never see him really trying to do anything. I see him, like, at a photo shoot or whatnot, but, like, I never see him doing anything, like, active. So I find him boring. Like, he's just the rich friend, which is why I also say there's only 2 characters, not 3, because he's just an add-on. He really doesn't add anything oomph. Like, he's not a fully formed character to me. They have this other friend who has, like, this whole little, like, kind of secret love tryst with hae-hyo's sister. And I'm like, okay, he has something more interesting in depth, I guess. Like, I see him struggle just to want to go on dates and stuff. And I'm like, why is this even in the show? But, like, I also kind of like it because I don't know why, but he kind of reminds me of Sokka from Avatar The Last Airbender. I don't know why. He just does. He gives me Sokka energy, so I like him. I find the friend who's literally we're not really that focused on more interesting than hae-hyo. So, like, it would be interesting if there was a scene where he was legitimately trying to succeed on his own, and then we see how much his mom just, like, pushed it.
Just to clarify, I'm just looking for a situation where he clearly sucked, and if his mom wasn't involved, he wouldn't have received the gig at all.
He just doesn't have enough stakes in it to me. That's it for my dislikes. Now time for my likes. So, Park Bo-gum plays hye-jun. Like, oh my god. His acting is so good. Like, I knew sort of what this story was going to be about, like people going for their dreams in the entertainment industry. Like, okay, got it. Then you watch the first like minute, like he's a reporter, he's like talking about some huge devastation. I was like, wait, I thought this was about people pursuing their dreams. Like, I all of a sudden thought it was like the newsroom talking about like reporters and all that kind of stuff, only to find out that that was an audition tape. And I was like, my boy Park Bo-gum, like that acting was stellar. I was in it. I felt it. That was amazing. That was so good. Like, okay, I just had to fangirl about that because that was amazing. Like, y'all need to watch this. Like, he's just too good. Like, you have to. Not to mention, he's also currently in the military right now. I heard he entered like the end of August or something. So like, watch this. Support him. He's literally already there in the military. This is just a note. There's nothing like really like or dislike, but I've been noticing that a lot of Netflix shows, well, a lot of Korean dramas lately have been showing a lot of Subway advertisement in some way. Not like throughout every episode, but like one of Park Bo-gum's like part-time jobs was Subway, and like I don't think I see that later on in the show, but like it was just so random. I was like, wow, Subway's really trying to make their stint. They also showed Subway as well in another Korean drama called It's Okay Not to Be Okay. Subway, calm down. I don't feel like eating at you. I found it interesting that jeong-ha is actually a fangirl of hye-jun. Like, initially I was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. This is an interesting way of doing it. But at the same time, in the real world, I don't think that would work. I feel like it would come off more creepy than anything. I don't know, to each their own, right? Last but not least, I like hye-jun's mom. She's quite supportive of his dream, which is so nice to have a supportive parent in such a toxic family like that. But it just sucks that his family is not like supportive or like at least understanding, because yeah, I'll talk more about that. There's more scenes. It's just tragic to me seeing a father just go so in on his son like that. Like, it happens though. It happens. His mom being super duper supportive is amazing. That is my thought those are all my thoughts for the first episode. Overall, again, like I said before, I really enjoyed the show. And I'll come back and do a second episode recap and review. And then hopefully I can catch up to like this week's. Anyway, if you liked watching this, please like and subscribe because I will be doing more. Please share it with your friends. And I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.